For a creator that's been on this platform on YouTube for over 10 years, it's very scary to see the way that YouTube has evolved in the last couple of years. To see all the AI, the artificial intelligence coming onto YouTube, and people, like these videos that are just completely AI generated.
And what do we have here? Oh wow, check this out, a beautiful old bottle.
I have no idea the future of YouTube and where it's going to go, and if it's going to be sustainable for creators like myself into the future.
Shout out to Jackery for sponsoring this video. The Jackery 1000 V2 is the best portable power for camping out there. Stronger with an output of 1500 watts and 3000 watt surge. Faster charging. It's full within 1 hour. Smaller, lighter, multiple ports, 100 watt PD, and a long battery life. 4,000 cycles. This thing is a dream come true for somebody who films outdoors all the time like I do. With my on-the-go production, this thing takes it to the next freaking level. Super stoked to partner with Jackery on this video and to keep producing content powered by the brand that I use almost every day. Now let's get into the video.
I feel like this is a perfect example of why these Jackery boxes are so legendary. Of course, you can charge the box with a regular outlet, and the cord comes with the power supply. But you can also purchase the solar panel, which is right here. And this allows you, so I'm using the Solar Saga 200, and this allows you to charge your power supply anywhere you are in the world, if you're getting sunlight, that is. So I just want to show how this would be set up. So it has these little legs that come with it that helps it stand up, and as you can see, it's getting hit just really well by the sun right now. This is a good position to have it in, and to actually plug it in, all you need to do is use the cord. It'll come with the panel. You plug it in right here. You just got to make sure when you plug it in to pop that off of there. For this specific model, it uses this second input. And now it's feeding power right into the box. It will take a long time to charge, but the idea would be anytime the sun's out, you have the panels out. And you can put 2 of them in here. In the future, like I plan on having some type of off-grid cabin somewhere in the world, I would actually put the panels on the roof. So I'm going to show you guys that right now. So really I would just take the whole panel, it folds up, and I would secure them to a roof almost exactly like this. I would probably run them up and down if possible. And here we have an absolutely goated operation. 2 panels where I could put about 10 if I was crazy enough, going into different power boxes. Coming down to the Jackery, and right here you can see 55 watts is going in right now. So you got to figure the sun's hitting it pretty good. So that's probably, and it says 19 hours to full charge. But if you had this going all day, every day, across the whole shed, you could power a house with these if you had to.
No way, look at this.
In the middle of the freaking Pine Barrens, cooking a cup of coffee. This is the peak level right here. Ooh! Little pour over. Massive lake behind me. Just out here. Truly living the dream. The Jackery 1000 V2 is next freaking level. All right, what's up everybody? Welcome back. So I had a good feeling about this. I bundled up a whole bunch of Christmas stuff from the storage unit into different lots, and now I'm gonna sell the first big one. So today's video, I'm basically gonna make this sale, and then I'm gonna go off into the woods and do a little talk about the future of YouTube, how I see, where I see YouTube going, the future of this channel that you're watching, and just how I started here making videos. Just go on a rant. I just think it'll be an interesting way to talk about how I'm feeling since I've been doing this for so long, and some insight into how my mind sees what I do here on the YouTube platform. But let's pull out these boxes. As you can see, I still have a ton of stuff to sell, so I'm happy to make a good sale here today. So this is definitely putting a little dent in the stack over here. There is a possibility that a decent amount of the stuff piled up back here isn't going to end up getting sold. It's just really not worth that much, a lot of it. We do what we can. It's crazy. This is just like never ending. I don't even remember looking in here ever. So more Pooh Bear. Just a whole bunch more plush. Insane. But here's the Christmas lot here, and I'm just throwing in this little penguin and some candles. I think the guy should be here right now, and we're gonna make this sale. Honestly, so much cool stuff in here. Look at this. They bought $75 worth of Christmas decoration. I'm uncovering more Pooh Bear. We got the Eeyore with the tag, and then we got the Valentine's Day Pooh Bear. 2 Eeyores, 2 Pooh Bears for Valentine's Day with the tags, all with the tags. That mission's complete. Now to go into the woods. Grabbing my equipment right from the car to walk into the woods here, and I just see this. Quite disturbing. It's obviously just a deer carcass, but not what I wanted to see right next to where I parked. This is really eerie back here. This is the perfect place to do this video though. Since we're here and I'm walking through the woods, you used to be able to drive through here maybe. This is like wide enough to be a road. The future of YouTube, I don't know, it's scary. If I had to say myself, I'm a little bit afraid of where YouTube is going as a platform. I've also just been so consistent over the last, like, let's say 5 years, but more like 8 years, pretty hardcore. As I walk, I'll just tell you guys how this all started. So I was a really young kid, literally 5 years old, maybe even younger than that. We used to film a whole lot of home videos, filming with a Hi8 camera, literally tapes. So you would have to buy new tapes, inject them into the camera, and then when the tape was filled up, that would be all the footage you could film. It wasn't like today when you could just offload the video and then just use that card over and over again. That's how it started. So I was born in 1991. And pretty much everybody in the 90s had home video cameras, and everybody had them. They were filming family vacation, Christmas, present openings, all kinds of stuff. So it's not like we're the only people filming at that time. I think I'm one of the only people that I know who just continued to film for the entirety of my life. Wow. Is this supposed to be a little bridge, I guess, huh? A little beaver dam bridge. No, I feel like this is a decent bridge, actually. But how did I not know about this place? I thought I knew about all the secret spots around here. Definitely have never been to this lake before. Wow, the freaking serenity of this. This is next level. There's a little fire pit here. I mean, everybody uses cell phones now. Back in the day, it was all about the video camera, the camcorder. Basically, ever since the very beginning of us filming, we just never stopped. And we would film skateboarding, surfing, snowboarding even. I remember bringing video cameras to the ski resort and film snowboarding. We would film everything. The things that were most interesting to film turned out to be these little stunts. The fail videos when we would fall would be the funniest ones, and the ones that we would watch over and over again. I remember we had this tiny little ramp. It was like a wooden ramp. It literally had to have only been about this tall. Just a wooden little kicker, we call it. And everybody remembers this pretty much who grew up in the 90s, where you would try to jump your bike over this kicker. Our friend Eric, we called him Eric Poodle. He lived right around the street from us. I had to have been 6 years old, 7 years old. And we recorded a video of him jumping the ramp, and he turned the handlebars at the last second, hit the pavement, and went over the handlebars. And we would play this video over and over again. We were calling them like stunts. These stunt videos is really what we wanted to film. Fail videos and stunt videos. Of course, everything else was filmed as well, but these were the videos that we were really coveted when we were growing up. People getting hurt, to put it simply. Look at this little island here. So for like 15 years of my life, pretty much my main goal was to film the best stunt or fail or shocking video that I could. The main media that I filmed on was mini DV tapes. This is a nice spot here. I grew up in Pennsylvania on a mountain. It wasn't like a traditional mountain. It was kind of like a hollow or a holler. You cut off the main road and went up into this little, I can't say town, but there was just like 12 houses on the road, and at the end of the road there was a big circle, a roundabout, that was owned by this guy named Howdy. And then he had a huge long driveway that went up, and he collected a whole bunch of junk on his side. One or two other houses in these woods, the house that I grew up in, which my dad built, near Pottstown, Pennsylvania. I grew up there until I was about 12 years old, and then moved down to New Jersey, where I live now, in the same area. The only real constant in my life for the last almost 30 years, I would say maybe 28 years, has been filming. It predates YouTube by so long. I can't say the only reason that I make videos is because of YouTube, but I can't also say that the reason that I continue to make videos isn't because of YouTube, because it's given me the platform, the ability, and the community keep honing my skills and making content and making videos that I enjoy and going out and filming. Originally just something that we all fell into and we all enjoyed, and then we had a group of people that all love filming things, and then it was like a hobby, a big hobby, or a huge part of my life. Before I ever made any money off of it, it was already a huge part of my life, and then it's turned into, now I'm gonna call it a career choice, because I really don't have a plan B. If YouTube just went offline tomorrow, Google one day was like, we're just gonna take YouTube offline and we're never bringing it back, and nobody that is on here is ever going to make another dollar from YouTube, I don't know what I would do, because I put so much of my life into it that it would be hard to start over from scratch. So that's why I'm a little bit afraid, because YouTube has changed so much over the years. If you compared what YouTube was when it first started to what it is now, the website would be virtually unrecognizable. All right, so my setup out here today is the Jackery 1000 V2. This thing's a dream. This is probably my favorite go-to if I'm going out to do a mission like this, and something that I can actually pick up but still holds a ton of power that can keep me going all my stuff throughout the day. But here's what we're gonna do. I got the coffee cup, the pour over setup, I got the whole setup. So my idea was to come out here and make a cup of joe and just talk to you guys about life. My life, I guess. We got it all. It's going down right now. This is pretty recklessly epic though, I'm not gonna lie. So these power supplies are great. You just turn it on and then you hit the AC. It doesn't even really get much more simple than that. I got the little burner over here. I can put it here kind of more in the shot. It's already getting hot for real. And we're on, we are on. So here's how it really progressed for me. I went rural Pennsylvania till 5th grade. And then I came to New Jersey and I went to school in a town called Margate, New Jersey, which is like similar, like a beach town, kind of similar to where I live now. It is on the beach. I had a great 3 years there, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. And this whole time, I was still doing the filming thing. But you know, when you're in that, at that point in your life, you're trying to figure out really like who you are. It's a hard time. I guess you would say junior high school or middle school is a very hard time for a lot of people figuring out who they are. So I wouldn't say that I was super, super invested in the filming thing, but we were doing a ton of stunts throughout that whole time period. I remember one stunt that I did where I was actually in a cast because I broke my finger skateboarding. I was in a cast and we thought it was a great idea to run over a moving car going about 15 miles an hour.
Oh my God!
I was an athletic kid for the most part, so I thought I could do it straight up. Like, I wasn't going into it thinking it was going to be a crazy fail video or anything like that. But this was like one of the peak moments in my life when I realized how many people would view these types of videos. We had a red Jetta. It was my brother's girlfriend's car at the time. And we were like, all right, there's 3 of us will run at the car and he'll drive and we'll all run over it. Because I thought I was going to be able to actually run over it. The other 2 people were like, nah, we're not doing it. This is a crazy idea. Not going to happen. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to do it. Got in the street. I was ready to go. I was running at the car. And as he came at me, I ran up the front of the car. I didn't really realize this was going to happen, but like the car was going way too fast for me to actually run over it. And it just scooped me up, hit my knees against the front of it, like the windshield, and flipped me around. And I actually landed in the street on my back, basically like this. And that video went on to become the first video that I ever sold. It sold to True TV through a different production company, and it played on the trailer for True TV's. It was like top 20 dumbest people. Here they are. And I remember that video played on True TV for years. Later, when we did upload it on YouTube, it got tons of views on YouTube as well. So that was like the first taste of, wow, these are the types of videos people want to watch, which isn't necessarily a good thing. It definitely sparked in my mind that many people saw this video. You know, they gave me $800 to license this and put it on True TV, and it plays on the ad, and all these people are seeing it and telling me like, yo, I saw you on True TV, that's crazy. For the next 10 years, I was so invested in filming these types of stunt videos, and we filmed hundreds of them. Luckily, I just never got critically injured and was able to just continue transform my content into what it is now, which I'm actually much more happy with what I film now than I ever would be filming stunts. I think that was more of like me trying to figure out who I am and where I want to go than what I actually wanted to do with my life. When I was in 9th grade, I went to Atlantic City High School, and that's where I learned first how to use the same program that I use today. Actually, it's called iMovie. I just always kept filming. And I think the first year that I uploaded videos on YouTube was 2009, and I regret deleting those videos, but the terms of use on YouTube changed so much over the years. I thought that I was going to get, my account was going to get deleted at one point because of those videos, because it was like crazy stunts. And like, I remember there was a video of someone doing like a gravity bong, and then they were throwing up, and we filmed all of it and put it online. We didn't think of it at the time. Maybe it was for the best that they were deleted, just to save my channel, but I definitely regret deleting them. 5 years on YouTube, I didn't make a single dollar. They didn't even have a monetization program on YouTube when I started. It was all for the love of it, for the love of producing videos, making video content, and sharing it with the world or whoever would watch. Which I remember my first 10 subscribers on YouTube, and I was excited about that. It was like my brother was one of them. This guy, Tim Michael Haberstam, was one of them, and there was like a few of my friends and other people in the stunt community that had subscribed to my channel, and I was like so freaking stoked that I got 10 subscribers on YouTube. From there, 1,000, and then the 10,000 was just insane. That was with Sammy. Look at this setup though. Just have this going on. Nature in the background. Truly living the dream. Piping hot cup of Joe. to see all the AI, the artificial intelligence coming onto YouTube, and people, like these videos that are just completely AI generated.
And what do we have here? Oh, wow. Check this out. A beautiful old bottle.
You know, YouTube used to be based a lot on who was subscribed to your channel, and they would get notified and they would watch the video. And like, if you had a lot of subscribers, you would get a lot of views. In the last couple of years, it has changed. And I think it was Gary Vee who said it's the TikTokification of all social media. Each individual video has a life of its own, in the way that, like, even if your channel is really good and has a lot of subscribers, each video isn't going to do well necessarily unless the thumbnail, the title, and the content itself are all good. For a creator that's been on this platform on YouTube for over 10 years, it's very scary to see the way that YouTube has evolved in the last couple of years. I have no idea the future of YouTube and where it's going to go, and if it's going to be sustainable for creators like myself into the future. So here it is. This is the future of YouTube for me. I'm going to continue making the same content that I know people enjoy, as well as adding in new ideas here and there and sprinkling them to test them out to see if those types of videos are also what people want to see. Overall plan is to continue doing what I've been doing, tweaking it a little bit as it goes, but just trying to make my content more enjoyable and more well-made as time goes on. Staying consistent. But check this out. I'm charging up my phone, this, and I could have this on all at the same time if I wanted to, but this charges multiple devices, no problem. So I'll probably get a nice drone shot from here. Lonely, dark, and deep. If you got lost back in here at night, you'd be freaking out. I can hear the traffic, so I know I'm not lost. Just look at this Blair Witch operation here for a second. Don't get lost in the woods out here, kids. I don't know if I could even camp out here, at least not alone, because it's not really necessarily about the creatures that are out here as much as potentially the people that could be out here. All right, so that's the video. Who has an opinion about the future of YouTube? Leave it in the comments. I use one of these power boxes pretty much every day, and for somebody that does picking, you pretty much have to have one of these if you do what I do, production wise and out there picking. You got to test things and you have to charge things. So all links will be in the description. I'll see you guys in the next video. Woo! Shout out to Jackery for powering my explorations and powering this channel. Thank you all for watching, for real, and see you in the next one.